Somebody spends 20 minutes sketching a bird on a park bench. 20 feet away, someone else types 6 words into their phone and gets a finished painting of the exact same bird in 3 seconds. Both of them just made art. Did they? That question is making a lot of people furious right now, and a lot of people excited. Today we're going to figure out what's actually happening inside that 6-second painting, and then you can decide where you land. Here's why this isn't just a tech story. It's a who gets credit story. Artists have spent years, sometimes decades, building a style. Then an AI tool produces something that looks like it took the same amount of skill, in seconds. No brush, no practice, no rent paid on a studio. If that feels unfair, you're not wrong to feel that. If it feels like magic, you're not wrong either. The honest answer lives somewhere in the mechanics. So let's go look at them. Quick quiz. Pause and answer before I tell you. We're going to cover 3 things. How the AI learned to paint at all. What actually happens in the seconds between your typed words and the finished image. And finally, the question nobody fully agrees on yet. Who's the artist here? Think of an art student who never picked up a brush, but instead looked at 50 million paintings, photos, and illustrations, noting how light falls on skin, how impressionists blur edges, how comic artists use bold outlines. That's roughly the training process. The model isn't storing those images like a folder of JPEGs. It's storing statistical patterns. When there's a sunset, orange tends to sit near purple. When there's a face, eyes tend to be roughly here. Here's the part that feels like magic, but is really just math running backward. The AI starts with a canvas of pure random noise. Imagine TV static. Then, guided by your text prompt, it removes a tiny bit of that noise, over and over, dozens of times, each pass nudging the static closer to bird on a branch, warm light, oil painting style. It's less like painting and more like sculpting, chipping away static until a shape emerges. Every single generation starts from a different patch of noise, which is why typing the same prompt twice gives you 2 different images. All right, second quiz. Pause and answer. This is where the debate actually lives. If you write a detailed prompt, lighting, mood, composition, style references, you're doing something closer to directing a photo shoot than pressing a button. There's real skill in getting a specific result. But the AI also learned its eye from real artists' work, often without asking them, which is exactly what a lot of working artists are angry about. And that anger is legitimate, not something to wave away. There's no clean answer yet. Courts, artists, and companies are still arguing about credit and compensation. What we can say for certain, the tool is powerful. The training data question is unresolved, and is it art is a different question from was it made fairly. If you use AI art tools for a thumbnail, a gift, a school project, you're not doing anything wrong by experimenting. But if you're using someone's distinctive named style in a prompt, that's worth pausing on, the same way tracing someone's exact signature would be. And if you're an artist worried about this, the tools that need the most human judgment right now, knowing what good looks like, when to stop, what story an image should tell, are still entirely yours. So, is the person on the park bench more of an artist than the person with the phone? Honestly, we think that's the wrong contest. They're just holding different tools. Next time, we're tackling something almost everyone's used without thinking twice about it. How AI can translate a sentence into another language, in real time, often better than a phrasebook ever could. See you then.